Hello, welcome to tonight's show. We're going to be interviewing MikaMoonLight in a moment here. Hope you guys enjoy the show. Again, if you have any questions, we'll be taking chat questions in about 30 or 40 minutes. Hopefully you enjoy the show, and also gives a big warm welcome to MikaMoonLight coming from behind the curtains. Woo! Welcome, Mika. It's nice to see you. Welcome to this show. Hopefully you enjoy yourself today. Also, for those who don't know, Mika is a mute. So today, how she's going to be communicating using a speech bubble. So essentially how this is going to work is that when she's speaking, she's going to have a speech bubble next to her. And essentially that's what she's saying. And yeah. Also, I'll be reading the speech bubble too, in case someone can't read it. Anyway, how you doing today, Mika? I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, of course. All right, let's get right down to business. Let's start asking some questions here. So my first question for you, Mika, is how did you discover VR chat? Did you start in desktop or VR? And when was this? I started in October 2020, and I started with Full Body, actually. Okay. I was aware of the game as early as 2017 when it came out, but I just never really tried it until the pandemic kind of forced us all inside. Well, yeah, of course. I mean, we're all kind of locked in. COVID was a rough time, and we're in COVID, so it is a tough time. But we're happy to see you that you've tried out obviously VR chat, and I think you're having a lot of fun. You're coming up on 2 years this October. It's great to see you, and I would say a part two of this question that I like to ask is when you found out about VR chat in 2017, were you watching a YouTuber, were you watching a streamer? Like, how did you find out about VR chat? Was it like a person, or was it just a random YouTube video? I'm just generally curious. I don't remember exactly what it was. I think it was just a random YouTube video. Okay. You can also show the speech bubble to the camera. I'll read it, but you can also show it too, just in case other people are, because, there are VODs and stuff. But anyway, okay. I just like to ask, because sometimes people say, oh, I found out about VR chat from a YouTuber like, PewDiePie or Jameski or YouTuber, or sorry, like a streamer like Rob or other people and stuff like that. So I'm always just generally curious how people find out about VR chat. But anyway, so my next question I wanted to ask you, Mika, tell me the first time you got into VR chat, or a funny story that you remember from your early adventures. But when I first started, the Void Club was the most popular public instance. Okay, so that was a long time ago then. Yeah, because, well, the Void Club is kind of dead nowadays, but yeah, it kind of is. So I would go there and just in public before I really had very many friends. No, I can understand that. A lot of people, when you first start playing VR chat, it may be really hard to find people nowadays, especially in 2022. For you, it's 2020. It's very difficult, right? You know, you have to go to public instances. You kind of have to essentially go for a lot of bad eggs to at least find someone that's, you know, half decent. And at the time for you, that would be the Void Club. The Void Club used to be one of the most popular quote-unquote clubs in VR chat. I think, you know, just because of age and also the fact that the club is PC only, I think, still. Obviously, there's been a shift to more Quest users, so any club or world that's a Quest compatible world usually does a lot better. For example, like the Just Be Club. True, so when I was there, I was full body, and that was kind of rare. Still at the time, maybe it was just, maybe it is still, and people were just kind of amazed at. I remember a bunch of ferrets following me around and being like, and dancing like for me, dance for me, or they were being like, dance for me, Mika. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Yeah. To answer the first part of what you said, like you having full body, like, and that was kind of rare. Full body, I would say if you said if it was like 2018, I would say it is rare, but 2020 full body is becoming more norm. But I think because you're in a public, maybe that's why you were like, oh, a lot of people don't have full body. That's what I meant. Yeah, it was rare in public. Yeah, that's right. That's what I was thinking too. Yeah. Like in Publix. I mean, there's still people that are in full body. Like if you go to what's it, Club VGL or whatever. What's it called? Whatever it is. You guys know what I'm talking about. Chet knows what I'm talking about. The whatever the club that everyone goes to. FBT Heaven. That's what it is. You know, there's a lot of people in full body, but they're usually just in front of the mirror, like floating, just look at themselves. You know, so. Yeah, like there are people that go to Publix, but most people that have friends or they have full body, usually they already go to like you know, established clubs or events. So it's pretty rare to find someone that is going to a public that has full body, that, you know, is a trusted user or been playing a long time. That's why I feel like anyway. Anyway, next question. When was the first thing you did when you got into VR and or full body? What sort of dance style do you like to do the most? So it's two questions. So we'll focus on the first one. What was like the first thing you did when you got in VR or full body? So the first thing I did was I kind of sought out the DJ's live music scene here in VR. Oh, okay, so you're like seeking out DJs that were like either streamers or just DJs in general. Okay, interesting. Because there are quite a lot of DJs in VR chat, honestly. Right, because I really like dancing and I'm really into EDM. Of course, yeah. I mean, I think if for anyone who doesn't know, I mean, if you watch Mika, she is a dancer. She loves to jam out all the time. You know, that's what caught my eye. You know, about the vibes. So, yeah, I think it's interesting that in VR that like people can be a DJ and like be a virtual reality, you know, VR DJ. And you sought out those people because you thought that was cool. You're like, oh snap! There's people that are dancing and performing live sets and stuff like that at clubs, and you wanted to be a part of that. You're like, hey, I want to find some people to jam out to. It's interesting. Okay. when you got into VR for the first time, did you get motion sickness? Did you get any like, you know, because most people when they get in VR for the first time, they get like heavy motion sickness and stuff like that. Never had motion sickness. I'm lucky. Oh, okay. I had a little bit when I first started, but that was 4 years ago. Like that was like day one, and then after that, I was totally fine. So, you know. But some people struggle. Like some people still can't. They can only use VR for like 5 minutes, and that's it. Like they're donezo, which sucks because obviously some people just VR is just not for them. But I guess you just get adapted to it easily. So, my next question attached to this one is did you play VR chat in half body first, or did you start only in full body? You know what I mean? Only in full body? You only play in full body. You never desktop, never half body. Oh my god, commitment. That's crazy. I can't imagine you in half body. You'd be like, get me out of this game. It just doesn't feel the same. No, I can relate. I mean, I'm in half body because you can't see my legs anyway. Else my back hurts. But I can understand that. There are people that are like you, that they only can play in full body. That's the experience. If their leg trackers are dead, or their VR or their controllers are dead, they don't play the game. They have to play in only full body to get the full immersion. I can understand that. That's crazy. I mean, to me, I started in desktop. It took me a month before I even got VR. Then it took me like 2 years to get full body. So like shit, you know. I can't imagine. I'll be like, yeah, I can't play this game, but hey, you know, to each their own. I'd be like, fuck, I can't play VR. I gotta get the full package, you know. But I was a broke college student, so I just dealt with it, you know. So my next question that we have here is, what is something you miss about VR chat when you first started playing, and that doesn't happen anymore? So something that happened in like October of 2020 that you may not see anymore in 2022. I don't know. I feel like there's not that much stuff like that. It feels kind of similar still. I gotcha. Sometimes this question can be a bit better for people that have been playing a bit longer than you, but I like to ask in case. I mean, they made a lot of great improvements to the game. Yeah, like Physics Bones just came out. Now we can have literally 11 trackers. I'm pretty sure you have 8 trackers. I remember you showing me you had knee tracking. Or you put on your elbows this time. Okay. Yeah. Do you plan on getting the chicken there? Do you plan on getting more trackers for chest and knees and having the whole package? I do. I've got knees now. The only thing that I don't have is chest, but I could use one of my old trackers and try it out. I think it's worth trying out, even if you have an old tracker for it. I saw on Twitter a bunch of people trying out 11-point tracking. It's quite interesting. I don't know. You might be interested in it, maybe not. I don't know. You're a dancer, so I would say you probably have more of a need for it or a want to try. Because for someone like myself, I just interview people. I don't really need chest tracking, leg tracking. You know, I don't need all these crazy features and stuff like that. But if you got the moves, it might be interesting. Maybe able to do like the worm or something like that, or like the wave or whatever. I don't know. Some crazy dance moves. I saw the post on Twitter, and it looks really great because it's good for body rolls and chest pops. Yeah, I saw that. I saw it was VR High, HAI, and then there's one other person I saw today that was doing like, it was Nini. I saw she was doing the chest pumps. Like, yeah. Ron too, yep. a bunch of them were. I was impressed. I was like, holy crap, because like I could see that being very, very beneficial to someone like those people that do those types of dance moves, and because they're also streamers, people can watch them, and that's really, really cool. Because now, now that we have all these trackers, if someone is like wants to do you know what ciphering is? Yeah. Okay. For anyone who doesn't know what that means, because I didn't know what that was for a long time, it means basically kind of like think of like a circle of dancers, and then one dancer from that circle will go inside the middle, and then they'll like sort of show off their moves and stuff like that. Then they'll step out, and then another will go in. That's what ciphering means. Like I said, I didn't know what that was for the longest time because I'm not a dancer. I don't know anything about this stuff, but I was told about that. I thought that was really cool. So I could definitely see someone who's into dancing, into ciphering, being like, yo, I got 11-point tracking. Look at my body. Doing all these crazy moves and whatever. So it's definitely really very interesting, because they can emulate, real life, like hip hop dancing and stuff like that. Though I do think that having that amount of trackers can be restrictive for some dancing. There are some dance styles and stuff. Like if you use your knees a lot, like you have a tracker really attached to your knee, like you can't really, slide on the floor and stuff like that. Like when I used elbow trackers, and it felt like it was kind of restrictive just on my arms. Like I couldn't like flex my arms properly. That's true. And there's also more things to go wrong and disconnect. That's also true as well. Yeah. There are some more things to disconnect and have issues with and stuff like that. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to put myself on red because people are spamming me, and that's not okay. Anyway, back to the interview. So my next question is, how did you create your OC, your character that you use on stream, and color scheme and lore, if any? So this is going to be quite a long answer here, but we're ready. So when I first started, I played for about 2 weeks just to get to where I could upload avatars. Okay. And then I spent 2 months learning Blender and Unity from scratch, and just assembling exactly what I wanted. Oh, okay. That's commitment. I mean, most people play VR chat and they have never touched Blender, never touched Unity, don't have any interest in that stuff. They just hire somebody like myself. Actually, that's not true. I used to do a lot more Unity. I used to make worlds like 3 years ago, but I gave that up because I wanted to focus more on streaming, and this is why I have this world. I hired a professional. But I admire the commitment to wanting to learn, be able to create your character and stuff like that. So continue, please. I enjoy doing it myself, and I've done some creation in the past, so I had some skills. Okay. But I came up with the name first, and I wanted to make a theme around Moonlight, so that's why I picked the color scheme that I did. But yeah, it makes sense. I mean, like if you look at MikaMoonLight's avatar right now, you can obviously see like it's basically like a moonlight. Makes sense, essentially. So how did the tie-in go with the space Neko part? Like, that's what I'm curious about too. That just kind of came afterwards, since I'm a cat girl and my name's Moonlight. I figured that would be a fun thing to be called myself. Okay. I mean, it stands out, right? I mean, no shade towards any other, Nekos or anything like that, but a lot of them, are cat girls, like that's it. But you are like a space Neko. You have Moonlight. Like you have a little more, flavor, a little more spice, stand out from the rest. And I also created my world and called it Mika's Moon Base, and it's on the moon. That's correct. I've actually been there a long time ago when I first met you. I remember, I think I went there before I even said a word, because I remember I joined off of somebody and it said Mika's Moon Base, and I was like, what is this place? There's like 20 something people there. And I was like, what is this place? Because typically when I play VR chat, a lot of people just make like a house or a mansion or I don't know, like whatever. And I was just like, hold up, like this is a house on the moon. I was like, wait, this is interesting. You know, that's a little more different because a lot of times people just go up with like the same sort of ideas, you know, a bedroom and a mirror and call it a day. So I thought to myself, this is a little bit cooler, you know? And it's nice to know that you made that world. So I was like, damn, making avatars and worlds? Okay, this person's talented. Thank you. I'm glad you liked it. Well, of course, of course. You put a lot of time and effort into what you do, and I appreciate those who have the skills to be able to put them and make stuff, you know? So, my next question here is, how'd you get into streaming? Any friends or people that that you watched that influenced you? So I didn't actually watch a whole lot of Twitch before I started streaming. Okay. But after I have created my avatar in my world, I was kind of looking for what to do next, and I thought that you would be fun. Thought that would be fun. Like streaming? Okay, yeah. Sorry, the speech to text might be a bit off, but obviously I can infer what you're trying to say. Yeah, and streaming's been a lot of fun, and since I started watching other mute streamers and other dancers. Okay. And what have you found? What have you found in your research of watching other mute streamers and dancers? I'm curious to know. There's a lot of dancers that are really good at hip-hop style, which is not really my style, but I really wish I knew how to do that. There's always teachers, you know, you can always hit up Ron or something. Like, yo, Ron, hook me up. Well, since you're into dancing, I'm actually curious if you would be willing. So, I don't know how many people you've like watched as like other dance streamers. Obviously, everyone has their own style, but I started seeing this very particular style that I don't know if you watch like Socks VR, who also does EDM dance streams and stuff like that. But they have like the super cool effects where like they're duplicated and then like the fucking I don't know how else to explain it. Just like the whole screen starts exploding and like all these things are happening on the screen. Would you want to be willing to learn something like how to do that? Because I always think that's cool. Like I think Fluffy VR does the same thing or a similar concept. I do like that, but I also feel like I always want to do my own thing and I don't want to just copy anybody else. Oh yeah, of course. Of course. I didn't mean to like obviously like be exactly like them, but you can always put your own spin on it. Kind of like how there's other people that do talk shows in VR chat, but I have my own spin on it. There's always you know, you gotta add a little more spice to it. You gotta add the Space Neko spice to it. Yeah, of course. I think instead of visual effects, I'm going to cause I have a lot of ideas to use avatar dynamics to make my stream more interesting. Okay, so you want to use avatar dynamics, like the new ones that just came out, physics bones, but also maybe you're talking about like avatar OSC, which is the parameters, which for those who don't know what that is, essentially there was an update a few months ago. Essentially what avatar OSC does is you can actually have Twitch integration with it. So for example, I don't have it on my avatars on my stream, but essentially what we could do is like if someone redeems 5,000 channel points or 5 subs or whatever you set it to, you can actually have them change your avatar in real time. So, for example, you can change your hair color, or maybe for Mika, maybe you change her outfit. You're like, hey, I want Mika to use her maid outfit, but I need to spend 10,000 channel points, and it just automatically does that. That's a Twitch integration thing you can do with Avatar OSC. So, yeah. Yeah, I think that's because I've seen, I've only seen like one other person do it, but there's probably others. I just, what I've seen, Diviana VR, she's a mute streamer in the mornings because she's from the UK, and she has like 15 different outfits, and you just 5,000 channel points or whatever, and then boom, it changes literally in real time, just boom, one outfit to the next. I thought that was really cool. You can also like for example, like if you give bits or something like that, it literally pops up like literally Twitch bits on their head, or when someone follows or stuff like that. So there actually is a lot of integration. I'm looking into that, but not right this second. Probably when I get my new base fully finished, I'll be able to look into doing something like that. But like you said, you wanted to look into, and I think that'd be really, really cool. If you can tie that with dancing, I think that'd be really, really cool. Some sort of concept with, I don't know, maybe, I don't know what, but I'm sure you have some ideas. Okay, so my next question is, what got you interested into like actually like world creation and avatar creation? Was there like, did you just want to learn? Did you have a past? Because I wanted to go back to that. Like, do you have a past? Like, did you go to school for it? Did you just pick it up and just randomly watch like YouTube videos? Like, I want to make my own stuff. So I didn't go to school for it. I'm all self-taught, and prior to playing VR Chat, I actually did some content creation in Second Life. Oh snap! Okay, Second Life. That's a really old game. Yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious about that now. You played Second Life? What was MikaMoonLight doing in Second Life? Were you making houses or something? It was just like early open world creation stuff. Nothing nearly as advanced as VR Chat is. Oh, okay. So you just like, dipped your toes into it, so to speak. Like you just were, learning like basic stuff for Second Life, and then when you started playing VR Chat, you decided to spend more time in developing and stuff like that. It was a really old game at the time, and VR Chat's definitely much more fun. Oh, of course. I've never played Second Life myself, but it came out in like 2000 something, 2002 or whatever year it was. It's really old school, and I mean nowadays it's like the dinosaur compared to like VR Chat. VR Chat is like basically the modern day Second Life, literally. So, yeah. But anyway, my next question that we have here is, do you have any thoughts or opinions on these recent like IK updates, 11-point tracking? I know we talked about it a little bit earlier, but obviously I wanted to specifically ask if you think it's a good update. Do you think it's bad? Because I'll give an example. So Physics Bones just came out 2 days ago, and it is a great thing to have, but also some people are complaining about how, it's breaking their avatars. Some people who make public avatars are like, yo, I have to re-upload 400 avatars. What the hell? So I'm just generally curious, like, what's your experience with the recent updates and the recent, like, IK updates and stuff? So I never use mods, and I don't know what IK tweaks is like, but the new IK system is just amazing. Like, I love everything about it. Yeah. So I understand what you're trying to say. Like, you never used mods before, so mods are like basically modifying your client of VRChat. Obviously, if you do that, you can get in trouble and get banned. Just to let you know. So don't do that stuff, especially if you're a streamer or a public figure. But the IK tweaks are basically improvements to full body. So for example, now you can like lock your hip, lock your head, lock all. You can now have 10-point track or 11-point track. So not 10-point. A lot of changes, a lot more improvements and stuff like that. So I think overall it's a huge improvement. Also, literally having physics bones, it's way more optimized compared to dynamic bones, which is a huge improvement. For example, this avatar used to be poor, now it's rated good, or sorry, medium, because of that. I also really like fish bones or physics bones, and especially because I can make my own tweaks. It's not like that big of a problem for me. Yeah, dynamic bones used to be pretty hard to work with like colliders and everything like that. It will take a little bit for people to understand the new system, out with the old, in with the new. But I took a little bit of just like a tease look at how physics bones work. It's a lot easier. It's a lot more optimized. It's just like, it's all in one. Like, you don't have to have specific colliders just like in your head. Now you can just literally limit the hair bone so it doesn't go past a certain point, stuff like that. I just think it's like an overall just better system. The new limits are really good because I used to float my hair and skirts up. Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah, like the old system had a lot of issues with like if you tried to have like a skirt or hair and it would just clip with your head or certain body parts. And now you don't have to do that anymore to avoid the use of colliders. That's right. So back in the day, if you had a skirt, you had to put like a specific collider so then it doesn't clip the skin or clip the body or clip with certain body parts and stuff like that. It was very, very annoying. And it's one of the reasons why like a lot of times when I would develop or get an outfit made, I was like, oh, I don't want to deal with like having super long hair or a skirt or something like that, because I was just like, I don't want to deal with all these annoying things of having all these colliders affect with the avatar and make it super poor, and then people complain about, oh, you're laggy and stuff. So yeah, it's a headache and a half. But now with this new system, it makes life a lot easier. I've really seen Twitter videos of like someone in Unity where they're just like raising their leg and like the skirt would bend with the leg, so they didn't have to use a specific collider anymore. It literally just follows the leg bone and everything like that. It was super easy. I'm super excited for it. I think they're both great changes, and I'm still in the process of updating my avatars, but it looks great so far. I agree 100%. Give me one second, I'm gonna take a drink. Stay hydrated out there, everybody. But like I was saying, I do agree. It's going to take a little bit for people to update their avatars and stuff like that. But anyway, so our next question is, do you have any favorite clubs or DJ events that you're fond of or have memories experiencing? So the first club that I found in VRChat was DVR, and they threw a thing last Independence Day that was really fun. Is it Dance Dance VR? Okay, you're using yeah DDVR. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah, because I was thinking DVR. I think you're trying to say DDVR. Yeah, I've been there before, a long time ago. That was fun. I think it was like one of the first like actual clubs they went to that wasn't like just a public instance. Like it was a Friends Plus, and everybody's just jamming out. Their Independence event last year was modeled on EDC. Oh, okay, that's interesting. I've been to EDC 5 times now. It's one of my favorite IRL festivals. Oh, okay, nice. It's crazy to think that in VR we can actually like remodel, you know, events like that. So that event was really cool. How you were like on the speedway. Oh, okay. I think the only like I haven't been to a lot of clubs, you know, because I've been busy, but the ones I remember at least in VR chat is like Slyfest and stuff like that. Ever been to like one of those events? Oh, you have? Okay, yeah. Slyfest is the ones I've been to. It's really cool. I think the most like surreal moment is like to me. Maybe you can relate to this. Is like when you listen to an EDM artist, right? And you listen to their songs on Spotify or YouTube like 5-10 years ago or whatever, like Moshcat Media or something like that. And then like you literally go into a club and then like they're literally there. Like they're literally the DJ playing the set like Muzz or something. And I was like, what the heck? I literally listened to that guy's song like 10 years ago. Now he's just playing in VR. Like, what the hell? That was like a surreal moment for me. It's super cool how so many people are in VR chat. And you can just walk up to them and listen to them and be in the same world as them. Yeah, I agree. It's crazy to think that like you can meet a lot of like EDM artists, public figures. Like for example, I met people from Game Grumps. I've also met Porter Robinson, who's a popular EDM artist as well. It's crazy to think I listened to the guy's songs and now he's literally standing right there. And you're just like, yo, what's up? So I think the reason why is because it's VR. You know, it's super accessible, and also because of COVID, right? Like a lot of these people, well, nowadays, you know, you can go back to these types of events because the world's sort of unwinding from COVID. But essentially, you know, start of like essentially 2020 and 2021, a lot of places are closed, so a lot of people couldn't go to festivals or events anymore. So the best alternative is to go to VR, and then you literally are playing a set in front of a bunch of people or live streaming it, and, you know. But the great part about it is there's room for both of those VR and IRL events now, and I'm going to continue going to both. Oh, absolutely. Like, now that, you know, people have been playing VR, they might be like, oh, I want to go to an IRL one. Because I've never went to an EDM thing ever. I'm very, like, introverted. But I would love to go to an EDM, like, event at some point in my life, because I've been to them in VR, because I want to fully experience one of those events. I'd love to do that. Or same with people that have been IRL. Now they're like, well, I can't go to IRL events. Maybe I can go to them some in VR. So it's vice versa, you know. I think most people will like to do that at some point for VR or IRL. So one of the things that inspired my stream was not being able to go to IRL events, and I wanted to kind of bring that feeling to stream to people. I can, you know what? I actually feel that vibes now. Like now that if I was to watch your stream tomorrow or the next day, I actually understand that now. Like why you're so high energy and you're all about like the EDM and like you know like dancing and jamming out. It makes sense now. That you're trying to emulate that for people that haven't been able to go to these events IRL. They could just watch MikaMoonLight, and you also dance or sometimes you go to an event and you have a DJ behind you. Like I watched you stream and there's DJs with you as well. So that's also really cool. I've done several collaborations with VR DJs, so we're actually got one coming up next week. Nice, there you go. And also it gives exposure to DJs as well, because a lot of them stream and have their own styles and stuff like that. So it's always a way to connect to them and be like, hey guys, you know, we're gonna jam out with this DJ. You know, here's their Spotify, here's their tracks. Let's listen to them and let's jam out together. You know. Yeah, shout out to all the DJs out there. So my next question is, do you ever think you would get to where you are with streaming? Obviously, for example, like your partner now, and you've been streaming for like about a year, I think, right? Six months? Oh, damn. Speed run. Let's go. 6 months partnered, jamming out. Sheesh. Yeah. Sheesh. So anyway, like I said, what the question was essentially, like, how do you feel that like you've been streaming for 6 months, and you know, are you happy where you are? Do you ever think that you would get to where you are today? And I mean, you are being interviewed as well. The success has been amazing, and I'm having so much fun with it. I don't think I would thought I would get here today, but I'm so glad The success has been amazing. Oh, sorry, it's like repeating. I'm having so much fun with it. I don't think I thought I would get here, but I'm so glad I am in my community. Okay. Isn't it amazing? Yeah, I think it's incredible. You've come a long way, you know. 6 months may seem like a long time, but you know, to me, that's like a short amount of time. But you know, what I was trying to say is my community is amazing. Oh, okay, sorry, I had like a question mark, so I thought like you were asking a question. Sorry, you know, the speech to text stuff is obviously going to be a bit off. But yeah, sorry. Yes, you were saying your community is amazing, and they've been really supportive, and it's been a long journey for you. You know, 6 months. Of streaming, jamming out, and everything like that, and now here you are, partnered, being interviewed, you know, gaining. Maybe you know what? Here's the interesting thing that maybe you've thought about, maybe you haven't, but people might be inspired to start streaming, or you know, be a part of your community, or join your community, or be like, hey, I want to be like MikaMoonLight. I want to start dancing. I want to start jamming out to EDM music and stuff like that. So you might inspire other people out there. That would be great. I hope so. Yeah. My next question is, how do you feel about your community currently? Obviously, you said your community is amazing, but can you go a little more in depth? Like, do you have like hangouts? Do you do like movie nights? You know, game nights, stuff like that. Everybody's great, and I always encourage them to bring the hype while I'm dancing. And we have a little glow stick emoji. Glow stick emote that everyone loves. Sorry, it's a bit like cut off. It took me a little second. But yeah, you have the glow stick emoji that everybody enjoys. Stuff like that. I get what you're saying. And it's just really fun. I like to just spread happiness and positive vibes in stream. I get what you're saying. Have you ever thought about doing like maybe starting your own club, your own Space Neko club? You get some DJs, hook them up. probably not. I'm so busy with other projects. Okay, I just thought to ask, you know. I get you, I get you. So my next question is, do you have any plans to expand to VTubing in the future, Mika? So obviously, you know, streaming VR chat is one thing, but do you have plans of like going outside of VR chat, you know, doing the VTubing stuff where you have like your avatar in the corner and you're playing like, I don't know, Elden Ring or whatever games you might be interested in? So I already have a VTuber set up, and I've tested it a little bit with Lost Ark. Oh, okay. But I'm really enjoying VR chat right now, so I'm not really planning to do that for the time being. No, I get you. Like, if you enjoy doing VR chat and having fun with that, by all means, continue to do what you love. It's just obviously, from my point of view, I've been playing for almost 5 years, so I kind of want to like start doing other things. Well, I still play VR chat and stream it. It's just obviously I want to start mixing and matching, just to change it up a little bit. My next question is, which outfit do you like the most that you have for your OC? So obviously you have multiple different outfits. This one's kind of like the casual one that you wear often, like the chill stuff. And then obviously you have like a leather one, you have like a swimsuit, you have a maid outfit, all that stuff. So I'm kind of curious, like, do you have a preference of like what you like the most, or do you like them all and it's just about sort of occasion? I think the one that I like the most is probably my Raver kitty. Okay, yeah. I think I like that one the most too, because I like the fact that like it glows and like it lights up and everything like that. Does it have audio link? I like the way that that one came out. Is the one that glows. Yeah, that's right. It does have audio link. I got an animation and audio link, and I can switch it back and forth depending on the world. I get what you're saying. Yeah, audio link is really cool. I have it on just one of my outfits for stuff. Actually, this world also has audio link, but we're not, you know, using it now. But in the future, I'll be doing like fashion shows and stuff like that in the coming, maybe later this year if you're interested in something like that. But I do agree. I think your Raver outfit is probably one of the interesting ones, because I always like the fact that it glows. You know, it's likable. The fact that it glows in the dark. It also syncs up the music. You know, I always like that. It's always like, it's like the same moment of like having like playing like Beat Saber and you hit the note right when it obviously, you know, the song is in tune. It's kind of like that like dopamine serotonin rush where it's just like, hell yeah, like all the right notes are happening, like playing an instrument and hitting all the right notes, playing Guitar Hero or something like that. It's really awesome, really cool stuff. Obviously, I also like my man outfit. That's the newest one, and I think it came out great too. I agree. I think the classic is always having a maid outfit. You know, I think there's always a couple of different outfits you should always have. One of them's always a casual outfit, like a big comfy sweater or something like that. One is always a swimsuit. You always need a swimsuit in VR chat. Let's be real here. Doesn't matter who you are in this game. You always need a swimsuit and always a maid outfit. You know, it's like the trifecta. You know, you always need that. If you like, you can show off these outfits if you want, or we can save that for the end. It's up to you. Actually, the interesting update is that technically with this new like beta, you don't even have to recalibrate. You can just literally switch the outfit or switch the avatar and it just does it. Yeah. Oh, look at this. Look at this. The maid outfit. Woo! Sheesh! Goddamn! Now she's just dusting off the camera. It's been dusty. It's been 4 months, you know? It's been a while. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. So chat, while she's switching avatars, which one do you like the most, Chad? Do you like the maid outfit? Do you like the raver outfit? This is the raver outfit. This is one of my favorite. I like this one the most. Like, look at this. Obviously, this world isn't the best for showing off, like, you know, dance moves and stuff like that, but it's really cool, like the orbs, the balls. Got the thigh squish. Got it all. I love the rave outfit. Even the chat is agreeing. I think chat likes the raver outfit the most too. And then we're back to normal. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate for showing off some of your outfits. Chat enjoyed that. So, we only got a few questions left for me, and then we'll start taking questions from the chat soon, and from the audience, if anybody has any questions in the audience. So think of some questions now in your head. Don't type them out now or say them out, because we're not ready yet, but just think of some questions. Next question that I have here for Mika is there is there anything you want to experience in VR chat that you haven't gotten to do yet? So obviously you've been playing for less than 2 years, but I'm curious if like there's something you've always wanted to do. You're like, damn, I haven't been able to do this. I really want to do it. I just haven't had the time or the opportunity, or maybe it doesn't exist. I don't know. It's a tough question. I think I experience a lot great things, and I don't think there's anything off the top of my head. Okay, I'm just, you know, in case you're always wondering, damn, I really wanted to do this, but I haven't had the opportunity to do something like that yet. And I always like to ask in case someone's like, man, I really wanted to, you know, to go to a horror map, or I always wanted to, you know, go to a big event or do role play or something like that. There's always something I think that people want to do. Actually, do you enjoy scary stuff? Like scary games, scary movies, scary VR stuff? Not really, I get scared easily, but I have done a couple. I just have to have people with me. Okay, I get ya. I could be with you if you want to do some scary maps at one point. I'll beat up the monster. I'll rush in, you know. I'll be like, all right, you want to fight? Bop, you know. Yeah. You'll pounce on them. So, my next question here is there any final words that you'd like to say to everyone watching? Any statements, anything you'd like to say? Because we're going to be wrapping up soon, so I want to obviously get your point of view if you want to say anything, and then. The next thing is like, you have any questions for me, and then we'll start taking questions from the chat and stuff like that. Not really, just thank you for having me on. This was really fun, and I really like your world. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Do you have any questions for me at all? What made you want to be a late night interviewer? I can explain that. Give me a second. I'm going to take a drink first. So, Basically how I got into doing these
That's
types of.
That's so nice of you.
Oh, 1 second.
I'm a giver too.
Kelly Offu gifted a tier 1 sub to Salilu Natsuki. They
Thank
have
you so
given
much,
11
Kelly,
gift
for
subs
the
in the channel.
gifted sub. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Thank you everybody else for following. I appreciate it. Sorry, I have alerts going on. So to explain how I got into doing interviews and stuff like that, basically how it happened was essentially back in early 2019, I met a person by the name of Ladle, aka Wife of Delivery Service. She still plays VR chat, and essentially her and I came together and wanted to run our own type of, we call it like an open discussion essentially. It was basically kind of like a chill, kind of like what I'm doing here, but she was the host and I was the co-host. And essentially you started in my world, which is Presentation Room Plus. I made that world back in 2019. And we started doing that, and it was a huge success. A lot of people loved it. And eventually, shortly after that, Ladle commissioned a world to be created by Shizui, which you can still go to, it's public. And essentially, Ladle and I ran the show, and it was kind of like this, essentially. And it was a lot of fun. People enjoyed it. And eventually, the show did come to an end, and, you know, things happened and stuff. Essentially, we did the show for like 15 weeks. Did it once a week, like every Friday. And once the show was over, or like, you know, got canceled, essentially, people still really liked the idea of having a late night show. So I took it upon myself to essentially start my own version of that show where I'm the host. And that's essentially what I did. So in September of 2019, to give you a time frame there, I made my own world, a really crappy version of this. Not this world. I made like just think of like a really dumbed down version of this. And that's how I basically started doing interviews. And I started just interviewing people because I've been playing VR chat for a very long time. So I know a lot of people. And essentially I just bring on people and we'll interview them, and people like that love the Ladle show, loved what I was doing. Like, holy crap, Rebel is doing a really amazing thing. And I kept doing it, and here I am basically 2.5 years later doing the exact same thing, still loving what I do. And I think the best part of why I like doing these types of shows is because I'm my own boss, and essentially I get to interview all types of people. Like, for example, like yourself, Mika, like you are a mute. Like, a lot of people told me 2.5 years ago that if I was interviewing a mute, it's a waste of time. I know it sounds really fucked up for someone to say, but that's what people told me. They're like, it's a waste of time, why would you bother? And I proved them wrong, and here we are. You know, I've interviewed 30 or 40 mutes in the last 2.5 years. So I enjoy what I do. I like to hear people's stories, you know. I feel like everybody has a story to tell. You know, how you got into VR chat is very different than how I got into VR chat, or the way you stream, or the way that you use body language or interact with people. And I think it's awesome that you've got to come on my show, and then maybe some people watching here, maybe we'll learn a little bit more about yourself when the next time they watch your stream. Like, oh, that was cool. I got to learn more about MikaMoonLight, you know, stuff like that. So that's why I got into doing interviews, being a late night show host. And I just love interviewing people. I love talking to people, and it's just the right format to do this type of stuff. Any other questions you have? No? Okay. We'll start taking questions if anybody has any questions in my Twitch chat, but while we're waiting for that, does anybody in the audience have any questions? Is that a question from Kelly?
What's your favorite anime?
What's your favorite anime? Alright, so Takaro said, what's your favorite anime? So if only I've ever watched one anime? What? So I guess my favorite anime is ReZero? Oh my god, you only watched one anime? Oh my god. I mean, it is a pretty good choice. Only one anime? And you play this game and you're surrounded by anime characters 99% of the time? Sheesh. Okay. Any other questions from the audience? Any at all? Are you putting up your hand? Because I can't really tell. Are you putting up your hand, Kelly? No? Okay, sorry. It's just that when I'm like really far away, like it's hard to tell, obviously. I think if nobody has any questions, I think we're good. I'm just waiting if there's any questions in the Twitch chat. If not, we've been going for exactly 1 hour. Timing, perfect. But I guess we'll start wrapping up. Essentially, I really appreciate for stopping by, MikaMoonLight. I really appreciate for stopping by. Come on for an interview. I wish I would have done this a lot sooner, but like I said, unfortunately, I was really getting this world. It only got finished a couple weeks ago, so I thought this world would be done months ago. But I really do appreciate it. Actually, we have one question from Aqua Drake HD in the chat. He says, Mika, have you ever been to the Audio Orbs world? I have. I love that world. I streamed from it a couple of times. Yeah, it's the world with the audio link. It has a bunch of orbs, and you can like customize the world based on the type of music. It has a bunch of filters, stuff. It's basically like audio link, but like way more advanced, essentially. Stuff like that. It was a vibe. Yeah, it's a really cool world. Stuff like that always excites me in VR chat. Seeing stuff like that. A sit up art, you can get some really nice particle effects going. Yeah, I've only done a little bit, but I've seen some streamers, some people mess with it and do like if you have, you're right, like if you put up the exact right type of features with it, like certain type of settings, you can make a really cool like light show, almost like a fireworks show, essentially. Crowley the Rogue says, what other music do you listen to besides EDM, Mika? Mostly EDM, but I have been really digging The Weeknd lately. Okay. Some Weeknd, alright. Nice. Kelly asked the question, Mika, what headset are you using? I actually use a Vive Cosmos Elite, and I wouldn't recommend it, but I wanted a wireless capability. Oh my, I think you might be one of the first few people that I've met with the Vive Cosmos Elite. Most people have the OG Vive, or they have like the Index and stuff like that, so very interesting. But you wanted it for the wireless, which I can understand. The wireless is a huge benefit, especially for dancers like yourself. For example, if you have the Index, it's kind of annoying having a wire and then trying to like spin or something like that and then get tangled up. Actually, I've had a lot of problems with it disconnecting, so now I stream wired. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that, because I would interview other people. They didn't have the Vive Cosmos Elite, but they had just the OG Vive, and then it has like the wireless adapter thingy. And I can't tell them how many times I've been in the middle of an interview and they literally disconnected, like straight up, like multiple times. I was like, what the hell? I was like, bruh. Yeah, like they'll literally just do that, and I'm like, are they dead or something? What's going on? And then they keep crashing like every like 10 minutes during an interview. I'm like, is wireless really worth it? Literally crashing all the time. It's really bad. It's really bad because that's the same thing that happened to me, and I got tired of it. Oh, I don't blame you. I think, you know, don't Cosmo have eye tracking? Is that true? I don't know about the Cosmos. I know it's the Vive, or the Vive Elite, or sorry, the Vive Pro Elite. That one does. No, it doesn't have eye tracking. That's what I thought. It's the Vive Pro that has the eye tracking. That's the one that does, but you know, it's, I don't know. The microphone on that thing is like a $2 Walmart mic. I'm thinking about keeping this headset using wireless on the weekends and getting a better wired one for stream. I can get that. I think the best headset you could technically get, that's like what most people use, is just the Index. It is wired, but it, you know, the only really issue is just like the controllers sometimes disconnect and have weird issues and they break and stuff like that. So that one's probably one of the better ones. Or if you just wait long enough, you might get an Index 2 or something like that, whenever that comes out. Definitely some newer headsets are going to come out, and most of them are probably going to be wireless, because I think that's the next big step for VR, is going wireless and having eye tracking as well. It's amazing when it works. It's amazing, yeah, it's amazing when it works. When it actually does start working, yeah. Positivity for Eternity says, Mika, how long do you see yourself making the content that you do now? So I guess to rephrase their question, they're basically asking like, how long do you see yourself like streaming and stuff? I'm having a lot of fun with it and still growing, and I have no plans to stop anytime soon. Awesome. I think we'll start wrapping up here. I appreciate anybody else has any questions, but we're gonna start wrapping up here because Mika has to get going and also have an event to do after this. But I guess there's only like one other thing I could really ask Mika that I haven't asked yet. And as obviously, you know, you've been part of, you know, the Gator lobby for a while, and I'm curious, like, if you had a really good time with that, or you know, being a part of that community and stuff like that. And there's also the other thing is that apparently there's going to be like a mute shuffle or something like that, and people might be interested in trying to get MikaMoonLight as a potential partner. I'm just saying, you know. How do I know you're gonna ask that? Listen, I just know everything, you know? It's magic. It's the space rocks, they tell me. No worries, take your time, you know, if it bugs out. It's been a lot of fun. Everyone's been really nice, and I've enjoyed streaming with them. I can tell. You always seem to have a really fun time bouncing around and just having a grand old time, you know, hanging out with all everybody. So I'm happy for you. It does seem like maybe I'm highly contested, but I'm not sure how that's going to play out. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Ooh, yeah, true. I mean, listen, all I'm going to say is that choose wisely. If you ever choose anyone. You don't have to. You can just say fuck and just choose nobody. Just shoot them all down. Kind of like, you know, well, I guess you don't watch anime. But, you know, where, like, I guess, you know, when you're in high school and, like, there's a popular girl and everyone wants the popular girl, and then you're just like, nah, G, peace out, and you just deny them all, and they keep trying harder and harder. See, that's what I think you should do. That's my advice. I think you should play it hard and, like, try to get these people to do insane things to prove that they are worth it to you. You gotta make them beg, make them go on their knees, you know, and beg for it. Let's say you made a talker competition instead of a mute competition then? Yes, that's right. Because basically before, essentially how it would work is it would be a mute competition where basically the mutes compete against each other to see who's suitable for the talker, and then the talker would just pick. However, I think it should be reversed this time, where I think the talkers should compete with each other and, you know, prove that they are worth it to you, because at the end of the day, you could say like, I'm S tier, I'm like SS plus tier, like fucking Azure Lane, literally top tier, best mute in this fucking goddamn lobby. Shit, you don't think like, you know, I'm just you know, anybody. You gotta make them work hard for it, you know? That's what I'm saying. facts. We'll see. Well, here's the thing, you know. What you could do is quiz them too, just on basic knowledge. See, you can ask them how much they know about you. Like, you know, for example, I've interviewed you, so I know quite a bit, you know, but you should ask them like, oh, what do you know about me? Like, besides I'm a dancer, like, do you know that I used to play Second Life? Did you know that I make avatars? Did you know I make worlds? Did you know that I'm really into EDM and stuff like that? Or like, how much do they know actually about you? Because that will really tell you if they're paying attention to you, or they just see you as, oh, it's just a cool person, I want them, you know? They have to do their homework, okay? It's like studying for a test. That's all I'm gonna say about it. But anyway, hope everyone enjoyed the interview tonight. I really do appreciate it. Thank you again to MikaMoonLight for coming by and being part of this interview. Again, first interview I've done in a very, very long time. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Much love. Shout out to MikaMoonLight VR. She's an amazing person. She's gonna be streaming next week with a live DJ and having a lot of fun with that. Hope you guys enjoy it. Hit her up with a follow. If you put !guest in the chat, you will see her Twitch link and her Twitter link. And I'll see you guys to the next time I do an interview and all that good stuff. If you can hit the stream outro, that'd be appreciated. And I'll see you guys till next time. All right, thank you so much. I'm still gonna be streaming, by the way. This is just for like, you know, the VOD and stuff for when I do other stuff. But we're also gonna take a photo before she leaves, so I'm gonna get that set up and also fix up the camera and all that.